on this. When I hear me now, check. When I hear me now, these are the people on the internet. When I talk Bridge 99 FM and thing. When I supposed to I hear now. Check. President, me if you set any levels, yes, sir, that does automatic. Okay. So them say yes, them I hear me now. Proper. I was saying 23. Make we give thanks, man. 23. We're up in at the 2-3. We're up in at the 2-3. Yeah. Big and proper. Yeah. That's how we think set. We have to be thankful. We have to be thankful. Blessings and respect. We have to be thankful. Yes, I am thankful. I'm very, very thankful. I've been busy over the holiday. Let me just admit to you all, I have been busy over the holiday. I'm going to get back in the stream of things, putting out content and all that. Oh, by the way, there's some words that you don't really pluralize. There's some words that you can pluralize, but you don't need to pluralize them. And there is some that grammatically you're not supposed to pluralize them. Right? Like word like email, you don't pluralize that. Furniture, you don't pluralize that. Don't pluralize those words, right? And content is one of them. Content is one of those, like, if you pluralize it, it's not wrong, but generally you don't pluralize it. You know, like meal and them, something that you're not supposed to. Content, there's some cases where, you know, like I said, the contents of the bag or such that so on. So there's some instances where it is okay. But in general, content is one of them words where you can do without pluralize, particularly how I just use it, you know? I saying like, yo, I've been busy all holiday, but very soon I'm going to get back in the stream of generating content, a lot more content. So if you say a lot more, a lot implies plural. So, you know, the instinct on the part of some is to say contents, but it's really content, right? Some words you just don't pluralize. All right, so I'm going to get back in the stream of that. Give me until this weekend when we start juggle out again. What I'm doing, I'm free up this Friday. Definitely doing free up this Friday. So look out for that. That's free up, Ragashanti TV. I'm over YouTube. I'm doing free up this Friday. There's going to be some scheduling change. I will tell you them later on in the show, because I am in the last lap of in fact, let me tell you right now. We're having the show tonight, but I'm in the last lap of something I've been working on for several years right now. And all kind of scheduling issues come up on all these things, and basically the result is that I'll be doing this show, Ragashanti Live, once a week, just Wednesdays, at least for now, right? Once a week, just Wednesdays, okay? So again, and somehow to know what I've been doing also. So, but I'm just not ready to come out with it fully, whatever. But basically, I'll be doing this, you know, Ragashanti Live on the Bridge 99 FM only on Wednesday night. I don't want to cost me and thing like that. And then I'm going to like is like, not liked. I'm not sure what Marsha T is saying right here. But anyway, yeah, so again, from here on henceforth, this show will only be here on Wednesday nights, like tonight. I'm not going to have any more shows on Mondays, and I'm not going to have any more shows on Fridays here, but I'll be having free up on Friday afternoon, same way. And I'll be increasing shows. I'm going to be doing more show on Ragashanti TV. Okay, so it's not like Andrew Purple, me nah look on you, you're all right, You're all right, me nah look on you, big man. Large up yourself. Happy New Year, my brother. But yeah, so, some little scheduling things are going and some other little logistics and so forth and things. But this year going to be, a bumper year for me. I'm really excited about this year in terms of what's coming up, particularly as I'm in my last lap of what I'm saying. It's something I've been working on for several years right now, and I'm excited about it and looking forward to it. And think, and in finishing the last part of this thing here, we have some little scheduling thing and some time commitment thing too, and whatever that I have to acknowledge and do the right thing. So again, Ragashanti live on the Bridge 99 FM will only be on Wednesday night from here on henceforth. Again, only on Wednesday night at the same time, only on Wednesday night. No mission is not like a little enjoyment cut off. I'm going to still be here. I'll be doing other things, but it have to be at other times. And the content will still be posted over Ragashanti TV on YouTube. But I will still be doing shows, So you're still going hear me on the show, watch me on the show, but they have to be done they can't be done at the time that I'm doing right now on Monday, Friday, right? So them have to do at other time. So I'm gonna set up them time there and I'll make you know in due course. But of course they'll be online and so forth. So what I'm saying to you, you may think don't believe you're going to get less of me. As long as you have access online, you're going to still hear what I'm going and we're going to still go on with our antics and all these things. All right. So whole strain, everything are gonna be all right. It's just that some little changing up of go on and thing in the last lap, me have to make sure say me take care of what we take care of in order to ensure say everything, balance up right and man continue to rise and upgrade the thing, elevate the thing, you understand? And people, let me just tell you right now, I am again, I hear me say I'm really, really thankful right now because me and Elon Musk, me and Bill Gates, what the man name I won Louis Vuitton, and what him are the richest man in the world now, in pass out Elon Musk. What year, given that Elon Musk has been so immature, being quite the attention war, and go take over Twitter and can't manage it and whatever. And hear them say the higher monkey climb, the more him exposed. No, he look like an idiot out there and whatever. He's not an idiot. Brilliant man, But my guess is that Elon Musk has he's trying to position himself to go into politics and leadership. Elon Musk is leaving his options open to one day be president of the United States of America. That is one man who knows how to think big, I really respect him and rate him like that. Elon Musk, his goals are out of this world. Literally. Right? The man want to go Mars. I'm very, very serious about it. And he's a man when set his mind to some things and him do it, sometimes them say stay in your lane though. And I ever look at and I was saying at Jamaica and everywhere where pan knock if I run go dance, and thing and running pan the Twitter thing. And it is not what he thought it was, But such is the case with super confident people. Their confidence knows no bounds, and they believe that it can be applied in any arena. And but usually, none of it work, None of it work. Not because you're a dressmaker, mean you can make curtain good. You understand? It may sound like, we can easily transition over this about, and I saw it go sometime. You must stay in your lane and think. But he has been, in my opinion, I think he has been, flirting with the idea of positioning himself to one day be president of the United States of America. And as such, he has continually, you know, sauntered in different spaces where he can, you know, make commentary on policy. Additionally, he likes attention. He loves attention. He's quite the attention whore and things like that. Very, very, very much so. I think, which is usually not characteristic of people, you know, of his wealth and stature and thing. You know, the Rupert Murdochs and all these people, they never come out in public. They really do, you know, and so forth. And they just make billions and billions and billions. But Elon Musk is you know, nerd turned superstar, entrepreneur, and he's like a kid in a candy store, and just being, you know, somewhat immature and crazy in his activities and getting in all kind of trouble. And thing, I don't know how I ended up segueing there and thing. I don't know. I may I forget my train of thought or whatever. Nah, he's not as bad as that, Mr. T. Mr. T is on the wane right now. WANE. He's on the wane right now, and he's having problems adjusting to that and getting a little bit catty, as they say, because him thinks that people owe him this and that, and him not know how the world run. Right? People will love you when you're up on top. And as soon as look a rough time reach you, them just get rid of you and fling you a bush. Donald Trump, I experienced that right now, which is gonna be tough for him because, you know, talk about attention, boy, and adulation, and this need to be loved, and this this, shall we say, this infinite appetite for chaos, for attention through chaos and whatever. Those are the things that the people that want. But anyway, people, 2023 with there and thing, and this is an opportunity for, like them say 88% of people who set resolutions never follow through with them every year. So I have no reason to think this year would be any exception. But to the extent that I would say try to live your life to the fullest. I would say, make resolutions right throughout the year and adapt, tweak them, refine them, strengthen them, change them too if need be, right throughout the year. But to the extent that we're in this thing where new year, we have a mindset now, say we can make some changes and all these things and whatever. I encourage you to take the opportunity to make the changes for the better. I will. I am going to do it. And I will not be part of that 80% who don't follow through. I'm not going to I have not overburdened myself with unrealistic resolutions, right? I have some humble resolutions, that some things that I want to work on, and I'm going to work on them. And I also know that, like we say, work on them. They require work. Some people make resolutions, and their resolutions are essentially wishes. Wish different from a resolution, and a resolution necessarily requires work. It requires application. You must apply yourself and be consistently focused on whatever objective it is that you decided to work on for this year. So by March, April, May, June, and whatever, you should have still work on your resolution. When you get to the best month of the year, which is September, we don't want an argument. When you get to the best month of the year, which we all know is September, we all know it's September, you should still be working on your resolution, right? I was watching a video, and a gentleman made basically I make an argument, and I said the new year shouldn't start in January, and that he was just explaining that the year actually started in March. And he was making some point that I knew, and it never makes sense to me, right? And like octagon, that is 8 sides, right? but that is October, right? So if you're going at it's Latin. For those of you who know Latin, there are about 7 languages that are, they stand on their own, but they're derivatives of, they have their roots in Latin, and they call them the Romantic languages for whatever reason. Well, there was a period called the Romantic period, for those of you who don't know, but it has nothing to do with romance as we know it in movies and so forth. But so like Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, and those in Romanian, those are Romantic languages, and they all derive from Latin. But I know you're familiar with Spanish. You know, you know, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think in French it's un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix. I think it's something like that. But if you notice, or when you get up in the big numbers in them language, there is like 16 Spanish is 60, and you know, 70 is oh, you go 60, 70, right? Set. October is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The N, 9, 9, November. 10, December, right? 10, December. And that's where it really come from. So really the year was 10 months, you know. Start from March. That's why by you get down to September, right? Septiembre, right? In a Spanish and thing. But when you count, right, you know the set, right? Well, August now, the 8th. August would have been, you know, the 6th. And in terms of the language, right, you associate the language from the month, so, and they don't necessarily align with the numbers as I just indicated to you. But I'm just saying, he explained it better than me. He have the historical precedent faith where that led to it. But apparently the year did really start in a March. And them had 2 more months on it for, you know, January and February and thing. And what that means is, all I want to know about January and February, you know, I may want to vex up a thing, but basically I never born. Well, let me see if I find the thing. I eat this. You know that right. This what? I have it, man. I don't know how I put it doing. No, you know what say? Somebody did send it to me. All right, see it. Yeah. All right, listen to this thing. I want to just listen to this thing. I look at it.
New Year's in the middle of winter. First, we don't need calendars to tell us when the new year begins.
Hold on.
Seeds bear the first fruit and flowers.
Hold on. Oh Lord, let me come out of this. Listen to this. Listen that's it there.
Quick question. Can we stop celebrating New Year's in the middle of winter? First, we don't need calendars to tell us when the new year begins. The new year begins whenever the first seeds bear the first fruit and flowers. Second, King Numa Pompilius, or Emperor of Rome again, is the grandfather of the Gregorian calendar that we still follow to this day. And he only added January and February so that we could align our calendars with the lunar year because that's how they worship. 3, we all watching this video probably speak basic Latin, basic Spanish. We understand octo, ocho, octopus, octagon mean 8. We understand nueve, novente mean 9, 9, and 90. We understand diez, dec, decimal, decagon mean 10. If octo, nove, and dec mean 8, 9, and 10, then why are October, November, and December our 10th, 11th, and 12th months? They shifted 3. You understand? So if we shift 3 from December, that's January, February, March. Meaning March, the beginning of spring, i.e. when the first seeds bear the first fruit and flowers, is when the new year really begins. You understand? And it goes on to say that if we start from March, let's count. March, April, May, June, July is the 5th month. August is the 6th month. September is the 7th month again. October is the 8th month again. November is the 9th month again. And December is the 10th month again, ending the year, starting back over in March. The thing that we don't understand is that all of our days do not have the same time. All of our days are not the same length or not the same duration. Quick question. Can we stop celebrating New Year's?
All right, then. So basically, anyhow, we'll go through that, right? And great. And again, we do follow the Gregorian calendar and thing, and it has its Genesis in Roman culture and Roman system, and and I'm explain them other January and February to align with Fidem farm, whatever. Because you don't know, like in China and them place that them for them New Year start one different time. All over the world, you have different cultures where for them New Year in the start at time. It's just that this one got so popular and common, everybody follow that one and thing. So he must say, boy, the year for starting in March. But so if them go change that now and the year started in March, how that I go for January and February, people? I would like to propose that any of them do that. With January and February people, we just act like them never born. We just what you say, Prezi? If the year started in March, we're gonna act like say January and February people have never born. Right? Anybody born January or February, we going to start the year in a March. Uno no born. Uno no born. We're going to go back to the 10-month. We not follow what the Roman them do. We are go back to the 10-month thing, so it's going to run from March to December. That was the original order. January people and February people don't exist anymore. Just like that. Just like that, to the wipe out the reality. January people and February people, you are no longer. Right now, una dopey. January people, una dopey, una spirit, una your elements of the imagination right now. Sinakita said, I wonder if that's why them 2 months the people them wicked. So what you say? January people and February people them wicked, no? Yeah. So when I don't want nobody come beat me, all me I say, if we follow what the brethren say and start the year in a March, and I like we can't go just fling back January people and thing in a October and December and say, yo, January and February don't exist again, So work with October and December. Or we can do it the other way. Bring over the January and February people in a March and April. I don't know, but right now, and then we go to that system. January people and February people, you are no another about anymore. Right now, I don't even want any of this thing I come in. I want a January person and a February person come like, when I talk to me like someone exists, I'm gonna want to even write up on itself with me, Right? I don't want to even pass in the place and I go like say, Uno as somebody because Uno is not somebody. Uno not exists. Okay, I will cook your chat about February are the best month. I want to cook your chat about. Me know some February people, Oh God, I know some really cool February people. Me know some really cool February people, but I saw the thing set, I'm not there about anymore. Yeah. Just like the engine thing and whatever, and just be like a wisp and just dissipate. Right? January people and February people, I want to even raise up the voice for me and go like kuna somebody, like una actually exist. Una not exist. Una not exist. January people and February people, your births were an afterthought. Uno is after the Big Ten, right? I'm bright enough for the game about Una lead the thing to Una start about January and February. Oh, the first 2 months, January come first. And you see it there, Tory come to bump. Una not lead nothing. That's why sometimes, you know, you have to just match out the thing, them and go in a history and whatever. You see, all this time, January and February, I go like them are the first and thing. When of them at the last, they were added the last. And them are hype, you know. Right? And see it, you know. We're going to fling them back again. Right now, January people are afraid, well, I'm not happy. The whole of una duppy, una spirit, una duppy, right? So it's either una make an application, then we make all of the January people and the February people and make an application. I am going to look out for them. So January people and February people want to tell me thanks for the proposal here. We want to put something, some like an act, a law, and so forth that will something, some regulation that will allow January people and February people to apply for a month, right? Only can apply for a month. We're going to make you apply. Cookie say a bad man. We're going to make you apply for a month. So give it that. When we go back to the Big 10, top 10, right? I'm going to add on after and them, the Roman them go add on the hand on the top. I don't know what going right. This is foolishness that. You understand? Because I just took them after 12-month thing there, you know, them go change up the Gregorian calendar and go add on the year. The brethren say them add on the 2 month them, right? So Alric Green and Uno can apply for like a month or so or whatever. And we're gonna ask, like, but I believe Uno can apply for any month, right? So it's either Uno apply for one, it's either Uno apply out of the 2 true top month them, which is March and April, are the 2 true last month them, which is November, December, because of them month there, them 2 month there, and them 4 month there, only there between us 2 months, January and February. So I am going to put forth a proposal for to apply, for to pick one of them month there. I know the phone I want to run in for the best month in the year, and I go on September. No. You don't get September honors like that. It don't come like that and whatever. You know, if you want to forget September, you have to make like a special application and so. And there has to be something exceptional about you that has to be exceptional with God bless September people. Hello? Okay? That is only reasonable. So January people and February people, dog, me, I'm no supper. I saw the thing said, you can't cuss nobody, I'm going to tell them, but after you know nobody and whatever, because you know nobody either, and whatever, so you just humble yourself and go easy right now. That me I tell you, Cookie. That may I tell you, the whole of the January people and February people was like a full month now, and next month and February, you just humble yourself and whatever. Cause you never ban. You never ban. You never did ban. All right. I rest my case. So we're going to look a break. I will come back and open the phone line. And all I reasoning and thing. See it soon forward. Check. Little technical issues are going on here, people. I could say. Here comes Prezi.
At thebridge99fm.com.
And now, another Smirnoff mix. Smirnoff Stinger, featuring grapefruit soda and lime. Get your favorite flavor of Smirnoff vodka. Pour in grapefruit soda as your chaser. Add a lime. Mix it. Smirnoff, always in the mix at home. Must be 18 years and older. Enjoy Smirnoff responsibly.
Visit the Herb at Rebel Salute, Sacramento, medicinal, therapeutic, educational, symposiums, exhibitions, products, exposition. The Herb at Rebel Salute. Marijuana value more than onions.
It's Serrani, just in case you never know. Hey, yo, listen up, it's your boy Serrani, and right now you're tuned in to Bridge 99 FM. Don't want to leave, don't want to go, we'll stay tuned to Bridge 99 Jamaica. Don't want to leave, we'll stay tuned, Bridge 99 Jamaica.
This is Zion Stewart, and you're listening to my dad, the awesome Ragashanti, on Bridge 99 FM.
All right. Nice and easy with there and thing and whatever. Want to say Happy New Year tune again. And the phone line, what me I know? 876-676-4996. Press give me one of them call it 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. Hey, watch ya. My January and February linky them. Why? So why the cussing? Why the ranking this? If I had to choose a new birth month, March is fine, sir. Keep it September, sir. I'm getting some tension here. Look at attitude here and whatever from some of my linky them and thing. I want to go on as well and my bant and then stop going like, wow. No way they stop going like you wouldn't glad you see my type slow. Forget a little piece September. All right, September. Yeah, I'm sure off for myself or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, big up on yourself now the new year. You're sitting and thing. The number is from Jamaica, 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. If you are called from the United States, the number 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. People see the video on the internet were gone viral with the man in Mexico. They in my travel through Mexico and allegedly, well apparently, the Mexican authorities for whatever reason go hold on him passport. And it's a Jamaican man. I'm assuming his passport is Jamaican. I don't know, but I'm assuming his passport is Jamaican. And the man, one piece of drama, the man make up the forget back in passport, broke up glass, grab glass, rush your people, them and thing like say, yo, if you want to come at me, I want my passport, I'm going to get my passport, I'm tabbing up, and all these things and whatever one. Big. It dep on my Ragashanti page, Ragashanti page on IG, Instagram. So if you go over Instagram on Ragashanti, you will see it. But it's all over. It's all over. And sitting now, whatever. I don't know what reach him, Make him just bring the song go on. So you see all of these Mexican federal authorities like, it's like him alone, man. The whole of them police, everybody, from what I gather, like them well, I'm assuming it's police, but them people of authorities. I don't know if it's just immigration or police or whatever, this and that. But people honestly know, Mexico are one country, me not even would have to go to raise up my voice and go on like more and wild up the people. I mean, I'm afraid, just I say you have some play in general, you want bill in general, if you don't want to take a thing for another level and go do that Jamaican thing, Yo, the man just bring that. The man say, yo, I want my passport. I go S on the mama. I go S on the mama. I don't know what the S mean. I go S on the mama. When we say, real get a man, you know, and him rest to him, say, you go S on the mama. Hey, man, want about them passport. I want to feel. Yo, but again, yeah, you know, things say, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that in Mexico. You know, I would press and I would be quite insistent that my passport is returned to me, particularly if it's a Jamaican passport, because remember, no passport is owned by its carrier. No passport is owned by its carrier. Like some people don't know that. All passports are owned by the country that issued them. And this is international law, people. And this is national law and international law. National with respect to you know, the respective countries, the individual countries, but it's also international law. Let me remind you again. All passports are the property of the country that issued them, even though they're carried by the person to whom the passport is issued. Even though they're carried by the individuals to whom the passports are issued, right? So, but there can be instances where a country have legitimate basis for seizing a passport where, you know, where there is oh, yeah, I said this now. Where there is ample reason to whether ample reason or definitive evidence that you're engaging in some form of criminal enterprise, you know, some form of fraud or whatever, them can hold it and think if it is clear that whatever, but them cannot keep it. You know, I'm not aware of what the boundaries are, because sometimes with those things, you know, yeah, a country can hold it, but sometimes with them something. But if you say so and so and so and so and so and so, them have to get back to you because it's not their property. They can't hold it. It's a property of the country where you come from or the country where you get it from or whatever. So I don't know how them part they were, but me want to go on to Mexico, because Mexico, I want them places there, you know, people, you have to be careful, you know. Yeah, Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala, and them places there. You have to be careful or you to raise up your voice in them places there, because, you know, them people, them deal with things different, and we have our problem at Jamaica or whatever, but let me tell you, man, Mexico, for them sitting down on nothing now, man. For them sitting down on nothing now, man. Anyway, on a different note, somebody did talk to me about one show I want to watch. I forgot to go. One I want to probably I go pick it up on. So it's one of them, like it I say, love at first sight or one day married. It's one of them show there. Actually the person who we did have a discussion with it, that person, you are listening to the show right now. So just send me back the name of the show. But anyway, apparently I'm a woman in there who it's like a matchmaking type of thing. And this lady have a list. A list. She have a list of things where the man must fulfill in order for she there with him and thing like. People, you see that list something that, believe it or not, you know, you have a whole heap of people involved with that list something, you know. They have a list of qualities and things where a person must have and whatever. Anytime you book up on a list person, if you can't do it out, not there with them, don't there with them. If them tell them literally tell us them have a list and you have to follow the list and them a check off of the list. Leave them people here. Leave them people in general. Or if you can chat some sense in them, chat some sense in them. Here is one I always hear Ragashanti say. Is a fool who go through life without a plan. It's not a good idea to go through life without a plan. But you're equally silly if you think life won't go according to plan. Right? You're equally silly if you think life would ever go according to plan. Life not go according to plan. Now, care where you, some people, them set some things, and it happened. Women mostly do these things, So you have some woman say, I'm going to meet a guy at so-and-so. We're going to date for so long. I'm gonna get married at they must say things like I'm gonna get married at 24, I'm gonna have my first child at 26, then a second child. You have some woman who do them something there, and it work out, so yeah. You have some people who do them something there and it really work out the way them set it for work out. But it's mostly women who do them something there when it comes to relationship, like them kind of script out the thing and structure. Some people are saying 90-day. 90-day. No, the person said they're married at first sight. Yeah, them said the show they're married at first sight. Yeah, right. I've never watched it and thing, but me and I did a whole reasoning about these people who have a list and sitting and whatever and thing like that. Here's the thing though, and I don't want to sound contradictory. List is not bad, List suggests you have a standard. And again, to go back to the thing, have a plan. When you're going in a relationship, it's helpful to have some idea, some standard of what you want, and to have some idea of what you don't want. Right? Again, when you're going in a relationship, just like with anything else, it's a good idea to have some sense of what you want and what you don't want. There are other people who tell you, like, don't do that. Just go in, dive in, and whatever. Probably when you're in a teenager and all these things or whatever. And so it's good to have some standard. In that sense, if your standard is in the form of like a little list, some little key things, one day, I want a man who's like this, a woman who's like that. I want a man who does this, a woman who does that. But be careful, about any strict adherence to that list. Right? List work better when you go supermarket. At that list though. List work better when you have some plan and thing and whatever, like, you lay out some goals where you work towards, or some tasks, an action plan, something, some point by point that you want to accomplish, and all these things. Yeah, those things are good for lists. Like somebody like me need to work more with lists, because I am really awful I'm one of them people who just go supermarket, walk through the aisle and pick up things. I know when we reach home, there's all these things that I forgot, and then we go back and we pick up some things and whatever. When I was in Florida, I lived across from a supermarket, and it was the worst for me. And I think unconsciously, because the supermarket was there, I unconsciously got like kind of laissez-faire. Or you pronounce that? Or you spell it Laizzer. And then the next word is Faire. Me just laid back and just nonchalant, and take things. Because what I end up doing, me run go over the supermarket, go buy tin mackerel and then come back and thing. And then mess around, and then I run go back over the supermarket. And it's too unconscious, because the supermarket didn't make a list where you want, go in a supermarket, buy where you want to buy, and then you forward. All right? But so lists, relevant in them thing there. But you see, with people, you have to be careful with the list. Right? Strict adherence to a list will get you in trouble. You will find a good person and through them now, wait name there with your list. You think, say, boy, this person is not a good person, because them no wait name them not consistent with your list and whatever. When it's a quality person, when it's you who are limited, in terms of how you generate your list and what kind of quality you look for in a people and all them. But me, does I tell you, say, my personality still, and because me plan ahead, me work for me, I work for and all them something. But Me not do well with list people, you know. People who apply list to people and not to things. Me not really do them something. Me not do well with them people. Me generally don't do well with them people. I find that those people tend to be too structured. Nothing wrong with them, you know. It's just that in terms of compatibility with me, it not necessarily work or whatever. Unless them steer so and them don't impose that on me, then me and them good. We can work together. But list people, structured people, and whatever, them, you know, things have to happen in a certain time, in a certain timeline, and them thing and whatever. Me and them agree. And them love to tell you, you know, them it's like say them have these things that must be accomplished at certain time. Then when they're not accomplished at that time, they experience various forms of anxiety, you know. Right? And they're not bad people, not necessarily bad people, it's just so them steer them. That is their way of being organized. But being organized is different from being obsessively structured, right? And some of them list people, and them thing like that. So there's nothing wrong with lists, you know, as the person I was you know, talking about. Right? There's nothing wrong with lists. It's how you treat the list, how fluid you are with the list, how, you know, flexible you are with the list, you know, or how strict you are and how religious and rigid you are about the list that it must be done and whatever and all them thing, and this must happen at that time or whatever. That can cause all kind of problem. And you know, sometimes them list people, they don't know how to improvise outside of the list. Them just know how to follow the list. And then when something happens, them don't know how to adapt and then improvise and things like that. And next thing you know, them are project things for you. Sweetie Love James, big up yourself. Happy New Year. Happy 2023. Right? And then we just impose things by you and things like that in order for you to follow them lists. Right? So somehow I probably work good with list people. I find them too obsessively structured and thing and whatever. But you know, because human being no steers, and sometimes you miss the beauty in a somebody if you already have some preconceived structure that you're looking for and that you want them to align themselves with or to fit themselves within, and then failure on their part, perhaps they're just being themselves, but then failure on their part to align with what you have, then you are thinking there's something wrong with them when something wrong with them or whatever. Understand? That no work. That no work. Okay. The phone line open up and thing, you know, we are free it up in the day. Again, I want to remind you, for those of you who came later, you know, just want to remind you in this show, the next 4 or 5 months is the end of something I've been working on for several years. And some scheduling things, you know, have come to the fore. And, you know, some other logistics have come in the mix and things like that. And unfortunately, I can only be here on Wednesday nights. I can only be here on Wednesday nights. So Ragashanti Live will only be on Wednesday nights. However, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a decrease in my content production, right? I will still be producing content. I just have to do it at different times, and I have to do it, you know, over Ragashanti TV on YouTube, okay? So just to be clear. So from this night going forward, no more Ragashanti Live on Monday nights, no more Ragashanti Live on Friday nights here on the Bridge 99 FM. And the corresponding and the accompanying social media platforms that you know, when I do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. As from tonight, it's just Wednesday nights. Just Wednesday nights. Weird. Good night, Raga, and everyone on here. Wishing you and your family, also your listeners on this platform, all the best for 2023 and beyond. I am Ilian Too Cute Sister. Sweetie Love James, you're Ilian Too Cute Sister. So you're royalty, you know, say your ratings up there. Okay, so big up yourself. From your Ilian. Well, I hear a place, you know, and I sell through the grill. Where Miss Long Island I beat her about. Right? So anyway, again, we just want to emphasize people that even though I will only be on Ragashanti Live just for Wednesday nights in terms of on the radio here, there will not be a decrease in my content production. I'll still be doing shows over Ragashanti TV on YouTube. And of course, when I do those shows, they will be available for viewing after because they'll be posted over there, right? So we just want you to understand that there's not going to be a decrease in the product. In fact, it's going to lead to an increase in the production of content. It's just that it has to be produced at different times, okay? All right. Again, I am very excited in the last lap of this thing I want me to do. And, we have to prioritize some time there to make sure, me get what we done. Yeah, wait, Nakita, you just come back. You have got to listen back. Oh, Nakita, what I was just telling them is that I'll only be doing this show on Wednesday nights. I will only be doing Ragashanti Live only on Wednesday nights. No more Monday nights, no more Friday nights, because I'm in the last lap of something and we have some scheduling conflicts. You know what it is, Nakita, and thing. But it will not result in a decrease in content production. It will just mean that the content will be produced over at Ragashanti TV on YouTube. And the content will, I think the content going to increase. You're going to have more. It's just that it's going to be produced at different times. Okay? It's just going to be produced at different times. So I'm going to spread the word because you have some people who are not going to be here tonight. They're going to come Friday night. I expect to hear me, and I won't be here. So no more Monday nights, no more Friday nights, just Wednesday night. But that doesn't mean there'll be a decrease in Ragashanti shows content production. In fact, it may lead to an increase. It's just that the content is going to be produced at different times and with a little bit more spontaneity. Because when, for example, when I'm available on a Saturday night, I'm going to go back to Saturday night shows, which were fun. I love them then. Because some of those can be a little bit can we say a little bit more relaxed, and people are generally more what you might call it on a Saturday night. More more likely to talk about certain things on a Saturday night. Oh God, yo, which night on the night you want to feel like I just want to get bad right now? Is it Friday night or Saturday night? On a let loose night? All right. So okay. No, Marsha. That time is not set yet. To be honest with you, I have to iron out schedule with some other things. I have to figure out that some things figure out already in terms of Monday and Friday night why I can't do the show, but there are some other things I have to figure out in terms of when else I can do shows and thing. And but by next week. By next week you should know. By next week you know for sure. Next week you know, and it's going to result in more fun. Trust me, on that one. All right, it's going to result in more fun. Okay. All right, so I want the full line now. Just kind of just give us some look new. What I pray for the new year? Yeah, what I go Lego and what I go pick up. What I go Lego and what I go pick up for the new year. What I go Lego and what I go pick up for the new year. 876-676-4996. Where's the Prezi? Where's the Prezi? Prezi, what you say? Oh, 876-676-4996. Christina Brown Sugar, what you say Saturday? You like Saturday, don't? 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. Give me the card, President. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, greetings.
Blessings, Rob.
Yeah.
To you and your family, New Year's, give thanks.
Yeah, you're talking on phone number, not because I want to look at cheap phone, yeah.
Yeah, I did phone. Yeah, Rob. You know, sir, I watch the video there with the youth of Mexico.
Yeah.
Me no condone in behavior, but guess what happened?
Yeah.
You know, so me go a yard 2 weeks ago. And a brother walk up on me in the custom area and said, if you come this way. I say, yeah, I wouldn't say my custom. I say, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Rub me back through the machine. He say, I see you have some locks in your bag. I say, yeah, man, maybe the house. He say, all right. He say, how much money may I for me? He said, $3,000. He said, okay, all right. So, he came in a room. Man, the next guy didn't come in a room. But he will me kind of get uncomfortable, you know.
No, hold on. Which part him did approach you?
Well, me, all right, me pick up my bags at the carousel. I walk down, a man to go be, you know, I walk down in the custom here for join one of the line them.
Yeah.
He walk up behind me and say, sir, could you come this way? I say, yeah, who? He say, me a custom, you know, see me, but he never have no custom uniform. You know, someone like a construct, you know, a vest like or whatever. But anyway, the authority and rub the back show.
Uh-huh.
Him get a next look of you. The like so the youth that do the back checking. Me have some pampers for your old lady and he ask me, how for them yeah? He said, for your old lady. So okay. Since so much money I have on me, say $3,000. So maybe the house. I say, yeah. So I'm carrying into a room now, the two of them. You the thing get uncomfortable now. He take out the $3,000 and put it on the table. He say, if me work, I say, yeah. I tell him where me work. He said, me have my work ID for me. I said, no. He said, we can prove that the $3,000 me have, if we can show him, say, me take it out of my account when I come down.
No. You sure that happened to you at Jamaica?
Brother, if the man will lose it, me now say him right and me uphold it. Me tell you what happened to me, brother.
No, if there wasn't some reason, if there wasn't something, you know, the lot of them have a thing named probable cause, right? So if there wasn't any credible basis for them, I said, no, the reason we're asking you these questions is because we see this, that is sufficiently suspicious for us. So we are now legally empowered to make some queries and ask you some questions because of so. So if it's just a random thing, that was illegal, you know.
All right. You hold where the guy to Mexico. My father said this, you know, the guy who's insane and the guy who's not is thinner than a line of thread. You see where the guy do Mexico?
Yeah.
You hold me could do it now. When me put the money on the table, and him say, if me can prove to him, say, me draw the money.
No, that is slackness. That is
so
slackness.
You know, say, Bola, no? Me turn to him and me say, me can walk over here, out of here and leave the money with you. But one thing me know, me come back tomorrow, you have to give it to me. Me go, so all right. I say, all right. Come here, me take out a health card from my job.
So no. What I'm saying is, what him say, if you work, I say yeah, and him say if you can prove to me, say you draw the money out of your account. Now, my immediate response to him, did you tell him that you draw that money out of an account?
I even go on the phone and show.
No, you know, hold on. Did you tell him that you draw that money out of an account?
You don't say yes because he said me can prove to you. I say, yeah, me draw it on my bank account.
So you did tell him say you draw the money out of your account.
No. It's a question he asked.
No. What I want, it sounds to me like you're saying that him just assume that the only way you could have had that amount, that money legally, is if it was drawn out of your account, which is stupid.
Well, that.
Which is stupid.
That him ask me, because some boom on my phone.
Because my response to him, but I'm saying that assumes that the only legal way I could have obtained this money is to have drawn it from my account. When there's many other ways I could have legally obtained $3,000 and things. But why is that any of your business? What is it about me that led you to ask that question, asking me to verify the source of my $3,000 that is clearly below the $10,000 where you're allowed? Where you're allowed.
He said the government, all of what you say a while ago, I said to him, and he said the government bringing a law because of money laundering or this or whatever. So me 30 months, so everybody outside is supposed to have more than $3,000 or $1,000. So you know, pull everybody. Because some boom in my pocket and take out a health card, match my driver's license, and show him where we work. I mean, so I never know I'm supposed to walk with me job by. So me have a work with it. Him look on the card. He hear the things that the man asked me. He's for me behave just like a guy in Mexico. Him look on my health card and said, but this the health card is supposed to have an expiration date on it. We stop talk. I said, we have a health card.
Wait, talk up look fast. I know you have a way you talk.
Yeah. We're going on my phone. And because you know when you got the ATM machine to draw money or whatever, sometimes you just press. You get them email the receipt.
Yeah.
You show the man with receipt. You know, so the man write off the 3 last number off of my account.
William, why? I don't understand why.
Okay, me I tell you, sir, the guy in Mexico flip out. I mean, I agree with him, but me understand because everything that the two guys talk to me about and behavior in Jamaica in Mexico is a springboard for me to behave that way there. Because
hold on. No, hold on. That Mexico something there with the Jamaican passport and what is going on. It bigger than that. Here, it bigger than that. That's something, it bigger than that. Yeah. So I know. Yes, Mexico. That Mexico something there. That is the one that has been videoed. And that is the one that has gotten crazy with man I broke glass and grab glass and all these things. But it's a reason why that's happening in Mexico, where there are certain countries, particularly from the Caribbean and for people who can travel without visa into Mexico, for countries that can travel without visa into Mexico. And what me not get tonight, but me just I tell you, and what is going on at the southern border of the United States. So there's a lot going on down there, and that is what it is. So like he was treated differently for some reason, the way you were treated differently. It's more that Jamaicans are under increased scrutiny when they're traveling through Mexico now. So that is a broad thing. We just say, I look at one video about it. But a whole heap of something that go on this, and Jamaicans are one of the nations that are under high scrutiny.
You never have a prescription in the bank. And the man asked me, the prescription is for.
No. Me not say them can't ask me them question there, because all right, let me show you a thing. One time, years ago, when we did an undergrad, this is in the 90s. Me did a Vassar College, and me take, a Vassar then a Poughkeepsie. But quite often we take the Metronaut train, come down and go into the city and we go party. And when the train come from Poughkeepsie, it come through Grand Central Station. So one time I come out of Grand Central Station, I can't run down for me to ride till I frighten me and freak nearly pop up myself. And 3 man and a woman jump out. And them have you know, them New York City police wear them badge round them neck like a chain. You know that's something, right? So them in a plain clothes and a plain car, and them come and them say NYPD. And them say, can we see some identification, please? So I say, excuse me. Be attitude, Mr. I say, excuse me. Them say, can we see some? I say, ID for what? You look like a suspect that we're looking for. I'm say, oh, the black guy, we all look alike. I tell me, young guy, you know, I'm going to go right there. You know. I say, oh, the black guy, we all look alike. Listen to me, I'm not in here for your racism right now and things like that. I'm not showing you anything. And you know, I said, then calm. But say, I'm not showing you anything. You're out there. You're out there. You're brighter out there. I say, I'm not. I said, sir, can you just, where you coming? I'm not telling you where I'm coming from. I'm not telling you anything. And so the lady, she come up now and say, we're not saying you are the suspect, you know. We're just saying you look like. No, what do you think all black people look alike? I'm going to start give it to them. And she comes and take out one sketch. Dog, you see when me look on this sketch? You don't think I mean them draw to rat. When me tell us the sketch and the date stamp for me. When me say, you know, mine was big and broad and all these things and whatever. When I tell you, say the sketch and the date stamp for me, as me look for the sketch up, me start laughing at me and say, so hear me now, no? Bombard star. Here she, know. What does that mean? Let me say, Miss, I am so sorry. I say, sir, I am so sorry. My sincerest apologies. I'm looking on this picture and and clearly you never just drew this picture, and clearly this picture makes sense why you approached me. And you're doing your job, and here I am making your job way more difficult than it needs to be. And who knows, you could be here hardworking to apprehend somebody who should be taken off the street and whatever. But I'm looking on this, and it's like I'm looking on my twin. And I said, listen, here's my ID. I'm a student of Vassar College and thing. And I said, here's a little receipt I got from the taxi that I took from Vassar to the train station. I just came on the Metro train. Here's the train receipt. I'm going to give them everything. And she's like, thank you. We can see that you're just, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was such a jerk. Because what the point I'm making, they had a legitimate reason to be asking me those questions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well.
And them just do them job.
You see.
And in the matter say the whole of them white and me black, them do them job. And when me look on the picture, look at the dead stamp of me Terati. The dead stamp of Raga. It look like say me poop on it whatever I breed somebody else and I have that somebody there and we never know. I'm a long lost brother that did in that picture. You understand what I'm saying? So my thing is, right, that's a big man. Here where you go. You do your job in the boat. You ask me some personal question and you get up in my business and them thing there. And we have a look at balancing for do. I just need you to give me a sense as why I was targeted for this. Because if this is a random thing, like you just feel like to pick me, I would prefer not to subject myself to this thing. I want to talk to your supervisor and think, but if there is something I do, or you know, them say look out for the red jacket man. I mean, I wear a red jacket and thing. I can't understand that and whatever, you know. No, you can't allow them for that pass them, please.
He asked me if I get arrested for jokes. Never been arrested in my life.
No, sir.
I work for the federal government. I work for the federal government before, and I said this is where I'm working now. All of that may explain me calmly. I explained to them. The two of them. But the question when them ask them to behave, you get me uncomfortable because even the lady pampers when I bring to the old lady, him see it and the back of ask, who for them? They look like you get them. I told them, you know, one are more senior and one look like him in training. And, you know, I just never want, if you know them can be spiteful, I just hold my calmness and just take my time, take up my money, put it on the table, count it out. Them count it, I did them sit down, right? Let me take it out, put it in my pocket. But it just me feel violated and I think when I go back down, I go lodge a complaint and I said, but I'm gonna show you say, you know, in the back, you might try to tell me say it's because the laws change and the government can money laundering and money coming through and all of this and blah blah. I say, yeah, I'm below the $10,000 because I only have $3,000.
Yeah.
That mean nothing. You still can do random checks and all of these things. So we just take the hit. That's why I go, Raga. But bless up to you, you know.
All right, man. You got some, man. Big up yourself, man. Happy New Year to you, you know, here, sir.
Yeah, and please repeat the time when you come on the season because sometimes.
No, all right. Listen, for this, no, hold on. For this, I'll only be here on Wednesday nights now, right? Only on Wednesday.
1 day a week, right?
No, hold on, not 1 day a week, but I'll be doing more shows on live shows on YouTube on Ragashanti TV. Do you watch me over there?
Oh.
Cause me notice say you not calling over there, so I just Raga live you call. I just Raga live you calling, part. Me notice say you not watch them.
No one tell me no one tell me toppy. No one tell me toppy.
No, man, I got do more live shows over there. It's like the Monday night and the Friday night now go work for me for certain things I'm have to do, you know.
And there's something may come quick. There's something that you see this thing that you do to a lot of people is a form of therapy.
Okay.
A lot of people that call in, and you might think that you're just doing it as just fun and joke and laughter. You see the same lady who make the pampers, huh?
Yeah.
Me in a store up her shop, and she said put the phone on camera because she feels stressed. She feel what you call it? She go like she feel depressed. Rather, I turn on that phone in the supermarket, you know, or the clothes store, and that lady look on the clothes and things we may buy and the pampers that carry. And you know, say in 5 minutes you come back to regular just by minimum. So that's a bit of therapy by me. She says she feel like she has shop with me.
No man, some simple things, man.
Yeah. Yo, Raga, Mr. Learn that from you. So some simple things.
Yo, listen. Hold on. I am a clinical depressive, you know. Did you know that?
Yes,
I put it out there all the while. Right? I am a clinical depressive. And when it did whack me up, I mean never know what, right? Particularly in the winter months, I mean never know what. And then me did cut long story short, you know, eventually we reach a point where them prescribe this antidepressant for me. I'm take it. But me I don't like medicine, you know, I like pill and medicine, you know. Right? Me believe say a compulsory me take pill and medicine, you know. And if me I take pill and medicine, I must like Advil for look body pain and like a Tylenol or aspirin for headache and thing, right? Outside of that, I even them not take them something. So I'm not attracted to the notion, oh, I'm sick, give me pill. But particularly in another country, you have to be careful of that because they love pill you up and all them sitting there, right? So when me do know, after me figure out what it was and how it impact me in the winter months, me just come up with a battery of you know, solutions to it. Me know when my depression take me know what it is, how it feel and whatever. And it can be physiological, it can just be something physical. It don't have to be like something happen, right? There's all kind of things can trigger it. And by the way, a whole heap of people have depression, clinical depression, and don't know some of them have it. Whole heap of people have it and don't know some of them have it.
Them say Dr. Hickley did say 65% of Jamaica is depression. You know
yeah. Whole heap. When I talk regular down feeling or whatever, you know, I talk clinical depression, like clinical level. Whole heap of people have it and don't know them have it. But anyway, whole heap of Jamaicans have it and don't know them have it. And it impact them relationship, them body, them treat them children, them relationship, all kind of thing, and they don't know. But anyway, but the point I was getting at though, after me, me know me not like medication and them something there, me develop ways to combat my depression. And the ways that I deal with it right now, I just have a whole bunch of things, some simple things for me distract myself with and just focus my mind on some other things and whatever. Mark you, my type of depression, it can be a little bit tricky because it's SAD, SAD. It's an acronym, seasonal affective disorder, and without a healthy dose of vitamin D from the sun, not from pill, from the sun. It has to be from the sun, or it can be from a light that is above what is referred to as 10,000 lux, right? You have a thing named light therapy. Without getting that, then it won't trigger, the whole serotonin production where regulate mood and them something there. So I do have a part of it where we just have to ride it out. Cause from you not get the sun, you not get the sun. From you not get the light, you not get the light. So you have to ride it out. But the point I'm making are some simple things. Me just know if I recognize it and know say, okay, go read some comic now. Me have some comic when I read. Me have Calvin and Hobbes. Some simple because I go watch some. Yeah, me, I am a movie person.
Seinfeld, what Seinfeld?
No, it don't have to be just Seinfeld. For me, here's the weird thing with me. Any of me go watch one true crime show, me feel better.
No,
I know that probably not make no sense. But any of me go watch one true crime show, Snapped or one of them something there, whatever, who kill who. I know the death me I watch it fine. What stimulate my mind is this whole analysis of human nature, or you have one thing by headline news name wait name the forensics. The forensics wrote up on headline news. And when me I watch something and then I'm explain how the technology will figure out that DNA or when they forensic files, when them find the body and then the bug did in the body, but then them know say the bug the age of the bug was 6 days. So them something that stimulate my mind, and make me feel better. So when you say she just did it and I see the sumac, whatever, it's great. It's like a transfer her in a different place, and and her mind just kind of get activated in a different space, and she feel better.
Brother, at 10 minutes time, the lady come out of what she in and say, say, me feel better.
Yeah.
Me say, me shocked, me froze. Me say, what? She said, yeah. She said, because me feel like, say, and me and you are shocked. So you know what me do for that now, Raga? It's the end time me go up in the store them and whatever, me just call her video. Even if she don't feel, even whatever, me just say, listen, you ready for shop?
Big man.
I say, yes, we are shop.
Why you think when women say, no, I just need somebody to talk to?
Hello?
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, hear me?
Go ahead, Raga.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, hear me? Yeah, hear me? Him not hear me. All right, President, him gone. But people, why do you think when woman say, me just need somebody to talk to? Men, when I hear woman say, okay, me talk about it and me feel better now. It's kind of like, yeah, you have that decompressing thing there. And the unloading thing there. And the cathartic thing there. When you can look up that. Catharsis or cathartic. Right? But it's like you just transpose your mind in a different space, and then people just feel better. People feel better, and then in another instance, a woman I want nobody to judge them and I tell them what's wrong with them, and them probably just want to talk. Them just want to interact with somebody and get a different stimuli, I get a different stimulus, the singular, I get a different set of stimuli, and people feel better. People feel better. Very often when people feel down and whatever, and me I make them feel better. Me just start talk to them about something else and whatever and this and that and really. When me younger, me all tell man say, when I idiot, when I chat about really this and that and no before me popular, But you get girl and whatever, you get me. I said no, I don't know if I listen to dear woman. You understand? Right? If you make people feel good, your currency gone up. If you know how to make people feel good, your currency gone up. A lot of people already know these things. You know, when I'm train people, you know, them really them high-powered sales setting, that them tell them, listen, you're here to sell a vacuum, you know, but it's not a vacuum you're selling. Sales is not about selling a product. It's about selling a feeling, right? These big companies, they understand that. Apple and all them people, them understand it. Right? Why not thinking people them love Apple products and things? All when time them get faulty and whatever and this and that, to the point where them build community and them have this kind of brand loyalty and what it's how it make them feel. It's how it make them feel. You make people feel good and your currency gone up, your capital increase. Whether you're a supervisor, Mark, you know, I say for work around and just focus on making people feel good alone, you know? Because you can be real good at making people feel good and who will make you feel good. Yeah, and if you walk around and make everybody feel good, you will spoil people and broke them bad. For them expect say your job is to make them feel good and then them not think about your feelings. So I'm just throwing in that little caveat there, so be careful, right? But I'm just saying, sometimes it just takes some simple little distraction or whatever. You know, if you've been a big therapist or nothing, you know, that's why, you know, we men, we don't do them something as much, you know, like, you know, women, them girlfriend, we call them, I'm like, girl, I'm so down. And be like, come on, girl, we're going out. And then we just go and them just go walking at the mall like them a shop and not buy nothing and them feel better. Just look at distraction and different setting. A different feel or whatever, or I'm coming over, and then I want to come over and them drink them little tea and them chat about this. And you remember when we did so on, and them feel better. Right? Well, I'm just telling you that what worked for me, you know. Me have to figure out like the engaging distractions that stimulate my mind in such a way that I get intrigued with whatever it is that I'm observing or looking at. And so forth, and that just pushes away my depression. Like, just replace it. But again, oh, Carlene, sidebar. Carlene, you know, so I play the video for them what you sent to me and thing, and with the brother we are talking about say the new year for starting in March, you know. I'm just make the January people them and the February people them know say we're going done with for them month. So all this time them did a hype and I go on like say them start the year so them forget, you know, like enhance recognition for that and whatever. And we just make them know, you know, with the video where you tell me the brother will explain and I say, you know, the Gregorian calendar it start from March. And that the Romans them add on January and February just to align with for them for them period of being and thing and whatever and all them something there and whatever. So me just make the January and February people them know say, yo, we're gonna fling with for them month and start the new year at March and just work with the 10. And that them have gonna make an application for go come in for a couple other months and thing, but they can only choose March and April or November, December, them can't run in for any other month. So we're done with the February and January people. But back to the point, remember, people, you know, like the caller was saying, like Dr. Hicklin, famed psychiatrist from Jamaica who passed away about a year or two ago. Them can't over you, man. All right. That he had said about 68% of Jamaicans I don't know about that amount. Perhaps he's you know, him being more learned in that area, he's more qualified to speak on that. But I do know that depression is one of those deceptive mental illness that is it's hard to diagnose accurately. I think particularly because it's one of those mental illness where you have a regular common version of it that is not clinical. Right? So you have a regular form of depression that people experience that, you know, it's just like a down feeling. It can be a long down feeling, a short-term down feeling, or whatever. And believe it or not, somebody can feel down because a loved one passed away, and it's not clinical depression. while somebody can experience a level of down feeling from something that is not as severe as a loved one pass away, or somebody can experience a level of down feeling just because the season change, and that can be clinical depression. So you see, them type of thing, they make depression kind of hard to diagnose when it is clinical. But clinical depression is different from regular depression. So clinical depression is a psychological disorder. It's a mental illness. Regular depression is not a mental illness. And because of that, it gets confusing. The other thing is, many of us, we were not raised, having that understanding of mental illness and that, and a mature approach to it. We were not raised and I said, oh, you feel bad, you want to go talk to a shrink? We're not raised with them something, right? And in fact, unfortunately, many of us, we've had mental diseases, and because we don't know what it is, just like any other country, any other society, we come up with all these strange terms for it. And Lord know Jamaica, boy, how many times people are mental illness and people say, are people over them? I dopey upon them. I cause him go do this and that and retribution take him. And and we are very adept at coming up with all these, shall we say, folk, F-O-L-K, folk explanations for mental illnesses that are inaccurate and wrong, right? And depression is one of them. But after I got educated about depression and then got trained as a psychotherapist at the University of Connecticut, and then got trained into diagnosing depression, it was just amazing to me how many people like you're there around and thing and them say some things that behave certain way and you're like, without diagnosing them or whatever, you see the symptoms and you say, the stuff that you're trained to recognize and like, this person could well be clinically depressed and she doesn't know it or he doesn't know it or whatever. A great many people come and talk to me about stuff and whatever, and then raise a problem with this, a problem with that, a problem. Only for realize it's depressed and them have a problem with them picnic, a problem with them husband, a problem with them body, a problem with them, and never know say they were just depressed all along. And once them understand the depression and whatever, they no longer the feeling what them are feeling and what them are go through and whatever, what them think them are see, them the relationship between them feeling and what them think them are see. And once they could better understand that and think, them start blame this and that, they start dealing with the children different, they start dealing with their spouse different and things like that. They start having a different attitude at work because they're now empowered with what is going on inside of them, as opposed to coming up with these incorrect conclusions about what is happening external to them. It's just human nature. Most people, once they experience a problem, and in this case, not feeling good, feeling down and whatever, it's just human nature for people to look for answers and explanation outside of them. Very often the answers are inside of them. But it can be tricky. Right? It can be tricky and people get confused with it all the time. All right? We're going to take a look at break. We'll soon come back, soon forward. Prezi, I will have break, soon forward.
Yo, this is Usain Bolt, isn't it? And you listen to Bridge 99 FM. Remember that, out here, bad music.
Just a kid from the country, living the dream. Just a kid from the country, pushing the wheels. Just a kid.
Lord Keisha, you hear about the little girl we get shot in the community last week?
What do you mean?
I'm here say things are gonna get even crazy, I know, cause them boy they smuggling some new gun the other day.
If me could have said something without bad man hear about my name, I would have talked with me know a long time, you know. Cause for them foolishness always come back for hurt the innocent people in the community.
But you know, say, them have one program where you can actually give information to the police secretly, you know. Customs join up with Crime Stop and start one campaign named Tell Us. So people can give tips and nobody nothing will say them. Them all give out money if the reward lead to an arrest or them can find the gun them.
Boy, honestly, me kind of afraid, you know. But things can't continue, so me ready to tell them when me know.
You're right. We have to put a stop to it.
The Jamaica Customs Agency wants you to tell us what you know. Call Crime Stop at 311 to share information about illegal guns and other contraband coming through our borders. The Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Up and Go, the Diaspora's #1 morning show, right here on The Bridge, 99 FM. Up and Go brings borderless connections in real time and covers the latest news, people's views, and entertainment features like no other. Wake up with us. We've got you covered. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We give you more in the morning, right here on The Bridge, 99 FM.
The management and the staff of the Jamaica Customs Agency extend a sincere thanks and appreciation to you, our valued stakeholders, for your support throughout 2022. We wish for you and your family a blessed, peaceful, and enjoyable Christmas and a prosperous new year, driven by your mandates, guided by your core values, and girded by your motto, country above self. We look forward to serving you even better in the year ahead. Happy holidays from Jamaica Customs.
The Bridge 99 FM and Irie Jam Radio 93.5, keeping Jamaicans home and abroad connected.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Back in the juggling and thing. Okay. I see what Carlene was posting, she lost her dad a couple of years ago. It was pretty rough for her. It was very rough for her. But you see, what she explained there in her post was that, yeah, she was down. She was down. She was down. And yes, she really was down. But she doesn't never want to talk to people and whatever. So it's a form of depression, because she's down. You lost a loved one, somebody you cared a lot about, and things. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is clinically depressed. So she was depressed, but there's a difference between the nature and severity of clinical depression and a different type of depression. And one of the things about clinical depression, they usually, not always, but clinical depression is usually on a cycle. And it differs for everybody, right? So it's usually on a cycle and it's usually recurring. So people who are clinically depressed, it's not a one-off thing, They have some ways in which it is triggered, but it is generally recurring. So when somebody, a loved one has passed, and the depression they experience, and eventually working out of that depression, from the loved one who has passed, it's not necessarily clinical. It could be clinical, right? I know someone, she lost a baby. And from losing that baby, she has been clinically depressed. So it can, that's the thing with depression, it can be kind of confusing. And, if there's one mental illness that you have to be careful in diagnosing it, it's depression. And it is so fluid. And, it's so fluid and nuanced and thing, it can cause confusion. But why is this important? You have people who are depressed, but they're not clinically depressed. And them give them medication, then put them on all these medication and whatever. And then once them go upon the medication, being on the medication can then become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then you start believing that you have a mental illness, that whatever, and you have to take medication, but you never take medication for the rest of your life. And you end up triggering them feelings of yourself when they're not even supposed to be there. Well, that is my main problem with it in America. It's this pharmaceutical industry, drug culture, where the money thing, they have this mechanism where them work with doctors and including psychiatrists and so forth in ways where they reward them for using their products, and this emphasis on money and for make money and whatever. So the doctors and the psychiatrists, they put people on these things in order to get their rewards from the pharmaceutical companies. And then the impact of it on the people is that the people them start believe that them really need these drugs, or they become dependent on the drugs, or you have this kind of placebo effect where them are really sick, but them think them have to take the drug because them take the drug, and then whatever this and I am very wary of this thing in America or whatever. But I know for a fact that I'm a clinical depressive. It doesn't bother me as much now. I just don't take medication for my thing. I know how to deal with my thing. I train myself how to deal with my thing. So from the first time them did move to me with that, which was it was like mid 90s, and they gave me antidepressant medication. I don't take it after that. Me not take them something after it. But again, mine is not that severe too, because I know people who just really, really severe that the medication work for them, right? And then I was also trained in what is referred to as psychoeducational intervention. So, my training is not about, I can't prescribe drugs, right? I just know counseling strategies for dealing with various forms of depression. And, the good thing about my training is that I am trained to tailor intervention to the particular individual that I'm working with. So I don't have a one size fits all for everybody. I am not trained that way. My thing is psychocultural, psychoeducational. So I would get to know the client. I would say, what excites you? What is fun for you? When were you happiest? When I was saying, what is happening to you? What did you do? What did make you feel better? And you figure out what worked for them. And you come up with some conscious strategic approach, and then you just apply your other knowledge where I have from in terms of different forms of therapy, and you tailor it for that person, what worked for that person. I've counseled people who they were depressed, yeah, and they needed therapy, but because, for example, they were really religious, you had to derive therapy from the religious constructs in their lives, because that is what worked for them. I have counseled I once counseled a woman where her whole life was about her children, and in particular one of her daughters that she had an estranged relationship with, and in figuring out how to better her relationship with her daughter. Once that relationship got better, the depression, so it wasn't even about treating depression and gear, or refer her to a psychiatrist to go get medication for she feel better, which she she might did feel better if she did go over there or whatever, but she would have still have a problem with her daughter, with trigger it. You understand? So I just happen to think there's this huge contestation in the field with these things, yeah. Got the psychiatrists, them done we. Them say, we play a doctor and whatever, and them trained for give medication and whatever. We on the other hand, we think that you know, a lot of them are just stooges for pharmaceutical companies to make a lot of money and all these things and whatever. But it's what work for who? And that it come down to. It's what work for who. Okay? Let me say this then. I feel like doctors jump to apply a diagnosis to a person to only prescribe meds. Today, you have so many kids diagnosed with ADHD, and I wonder, are all those cases true diagnoses? It's a huge problem out there, you know. I'm not gonna say my perspective on it is correct. I'm just telling you what my bias is. The next person, my therapist was just engrossing myself into my work, which I find very therapeutic. Not only did the therapeutic aspect of it help me, the fact that I was around my clients who I've had so long relationships with, and some are like family to me, that I bounce back. My work also kept me very exactly. She lost her father, but she enjoy her work. Yes, I work, where she get money from, but she enjoy her work, and her work involve a creative process, and like, you know, people who enjoy any particular creative process and all them something, them feel feel, you know, it helped them. It helped them to cope with depression. You know, and that is what worked for she. Somebody else, you may have to say, you know, take a little time off for the work, because their relationship to work may just be exacerbating the problem. There may be somebody who can leave work, but the work exacerbate the problem. So you have to tell them to approach the work differently. You know, it's just what work for who. You know, it's just what work for who. You know, but just so you know, some people in medication work for them. I know a lot of people, they live on all kinds of medication, and I find that the wealthy people tend to do that. I don't know why. I mean, I have my suspicions and whatever, but in my experience in America, rich people are really into taking drugs. Like, they're really into solutions, like take a pill for it and that solve it. Yeah, they're really into that. And then go back and make money, or go back and do this or that or whatever. They're really into that, something that which I don't care for. I think it is rather dangerous and thing. But for some people, medication work for them. And I have been in positions where, you know, I've had surgery on arthroscopic surgery or whatever, this and that. And when the pain clot up, medication, high powered medication was, so I take it. And I had to take it for a while and things. So I'm not against medication. I say that when it comes, a lot of more people are depressed than know they are. Only about people depressed, I don't know what's them depressed. Depression is a thing too. Once you have it, it's not only the extreme of it is feelings of worthlessness and a kind of existential devaluation, meaning like you don't see any reason why you don't see any reason why you have to be here. You know, those are the extreme version of it. Most of the time, if you hear somebody say them a plan to kill themselves, them not kill themselves. The people who end up killing themselves are who really genuinely depressed to the point of kill themselves. They don't think that they might kill themselves, you know. They tend to think like, but I'm not a reason for there. Why am I there? So, and them just not a purpose. They just think that them not have no use. You know, they tend to say things like, anything them do, nothing to work out for them. You know, just nothing to work out for them. Like that's the time. And so them just reach a point where it's like, why even continue? Why even be here? You know, right? So that is the extreme of it. You know, that kind of devaluation of self where you don't even feel like say you want to be here anymore. People say you have medication that work for some of those people, you know. Again, that is not my area of expertise. I'm not good with, you know, so I'm not going. I can't say something is useless if I wasn't trained in it, I know what it is, right? I'm just saying, I do know, though, that the pharmaceutical industry here is just absolutely awful, with its lobby in Washington. I know they get, the Congress to make laws favorable to them because they're just phenomenally wealthy, and it's money run this country. And there's a machinery out there in the field that co-ops and compromise medical professionals to reward them for getting people hooked on these expensive medication and thing. And from there, it's just this downward spiral where so many people think they're sick and them need all these medication, and them convince all these parents them need to do this and that to them children, and them something and to themselves and whatever. And I am aware of it, and I choose not to participate in it. I've been in multiple situations. So why is it a problem to you, Mr. Stewart? It's not like you're going to pay for it. Your insurance will pay for it. I used to work at the University of Connecticut. I remember the psychiatrist telling me that, like, literally, saying, what you have to lose? Take these medication. You're not paying for it. The insurance that you have with the University of Connecticut will pay for it. And when somebody said that to you, you're like, so what you have to lose? And I like, say, I pay for it. You go take it. Nah. Me never want it. I'm going to stop, go to him. And I'm all right. So me, I one of them a bias with a something they like, for you stay up on the side. But a whole heap of we out there with depressed. Clinically depressed. And but the ways to treat that is to come up with, to find out what you enjoy, things that you enjoy that can distract you from your feelings and things, so that you can ride it out until you feel better and whatever. Is to recognize when the depression them will come upon you. Is to recognize what triggers your depression. Me have it down pat, man. And it's different for everybody, right? I know things that if me and somebody interact certain way, I have certain things happen that it will trigger my depression. I know them. You understand? I know what time of the year my depression is triggered, and I prepare for it. I know that if I don't get enough sleep or whatever, it compromises my immune system in a way where that can cause my depression to be triggered and thing or whatever. You understand? Me know if I ride it out too, even if it comes upon me, I know if I ride it out. And for everybody, it's different. But just real quickly, to give you a sense of what the extreme of it is. But depression will make you think, say, your partner don't love you anymore when your partner is behaving the same way your partner has always behaved, but you're not convinced that, what you're feeling is because your partner don't love you anymore and there's no love there anymore and things like that. When you don't so you blame your partner, when you don't realize you're depressed. Depression can make you kill your picnic with lick. And them do anything it bother you. Depression can make you sensitive to noise. You picnic them and make normal decibel level noise where picnic for make, and it's just driving you crazy. Little things that people don't can annoy you. And you know, I say a depression and make that happen. Depression can make you sleepy. Depression can make you can't sleep. Depression can make you eat enough. Depression can make you eat way less than you should be eating. Depression can make you slow. You do everything slow and it just take all this extra effort for the things where you usually could have do easy before, and it just take this extra effort now and whatever and thing, and you know, say, Because you're depressed. Depression make your workout stuff slower, than before. I'm just giving you practical examples of the stuff. Depression can make you think that people don't like you and a fight against you and thing when nothing no go so. Depression can make you normalize abuse on you and you think you deserve it, or you just think that is unnormal, and it's because you're depressed you make you accepting it. Depression can make nothing to satisfy you. Depression can make you neutral to everything. It's neither good nor bad. You just don't care. It's neither here nor there with you. Depression can make you don't even enjoy sex. You do it and whatever, knock yourself out. But it's like nothing to you. Depression can make you over sex. Depression can make you under sex. That's what I'm telling you with depression. It's one of them things that it can permeate so many areas and it affects everybody differently. It really does affect everybody differently. People are so depressed that they're just over sex because them just want that kind of dopamine influx and things. It's like a drug and whatever. But they're really depressed. You have a lot of people who are depressed and them have a whole heap of sex and they're not enjoying the sex at all. But them just want to have a lot of sex. And it's just like drinking a soda and you get that sugar rush. And they have some of them don't want to do nothing. They have some, it's neither here nor there, fine, whatever. Them do it and it don't do nothing for them or whatever. Depression, it just affects so many areas of people's lives and them focus on the area or the problem or the thing where happening or whatever, and they don't know that it's being caused from depression. So, and they're woolly part of symptoms. But if you have the resources, you can, talk to a qualified person and say, I just want to know if this is related to depression. I don't want you to tell me that it is depression. I don't want you to guide me to confirm that it is depression. I don't want you to treat me in a way to ensure that I keep coming back, that you make money off of me. I just want you to help me to understand if this is depression. And if you can find some qualified person to start from there, that'd be a good idea. And don't vex with what I'm about to say. Don't vex with what I'm going to say. Be careful about talking to religious people about depression, because their natural instinct is to tell you, pray about it and we'll pray for you and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. And that is not treating depression. Now, if prayer makes you feel better or whatever, then fine. Whatever works for you, work for you. But a lot of Caribbean people, Jamaican people, their first instinct, the way we are socialized, is to go talk to religious people who are unqualified to deal with mental disorders. And not surprisingly, their instinct is to just pray about it and things like that. And to make you feel better, if you're a religious person, you're not doing anything blasphemous by not going to them, because God would be happy with you not going to a minister, pastor, deacon necessarily to address what you may think is a mental disorder, but going to somebody else who is more qualified to deal with that and to make you a better person so that you can praise God as a better person in a better way and adhere to your faith in a better way. But if you're experiencing, be careful of, particularly this time of the year, I'm coming present, I'm about to finish, particularly this time of the year where it's more pronounced. Usually in the holiday seasons it's bigger, but even now in the winter season and things like that. Like for me, decreased sunlight triggers my depression. Every winter, seasonal affective disorder, less sun, that happens to me and things like that. I know how to deal with it. I'm conscious of it. I know how to address it and things. So if you find that you're experiencing certain problems at certain times, particularly like in a winter and all them something there, whatever, and you think it may be a man, your husband, your wife, your daughter, or the workplace, or this or that, or whatever, that might not be the case. Okay? You may be suffering from depression and you don't know it. So if you have the resources, see if you can talk to somebody who can help you. Again, people, before I leave, just want to remind you that I'm only here on Wednesday nights now. Only on Wednesday nights now, right, on the Bridge 99 FM. Again, I'm in the last part of something I'm doing for several years now, and I'm not able to do the show on Mondays and Fridays anymore. However, this does not mean that this is a reduction in the production of content from Ragashanti. I'll be producing as much content, if not more, but I'll be doing it on Ragashanti TV over on YouTube, where I can do it at different times as opposed to on a Monday night or a Friday night. All right? So again, on the Bridge 99 FM, only on Wednesday night I'll be here. But check me out over Ragashanti TV. Starting from next week, we'll be doing increased shows from, Ragashanti TV over YouTube and thing. All right? Take care of yourself, people. So the next time I'll see you here is next week, Wednesday. But again, I'll be doing more shows over Ragashanti TV starting next week over YouTube. Take care of yourself, people. Happy New Year. Fantabulous New Year. Take care of yourself. Blessings and respect. All right. President, big up yourself. Happy New Year, my brother. Big up yourself. All right. Blessings. Out the road.
Borderless Connections, our culture amplified. The Bridge 99 FM.
It's about business for me. I'm in, I'm out, easy access to all my meetings.
It's the range of rooms for me. I love the gym. I love the pool. The restaurant and the bar do it for me.
It's definitely the service. Our hotel in the heart of New Kingston, Jamaica's business capital, seamlessly blending boutique-style guest service with the highest level of professionalism, luxurious and every modern amenity. Book now. Call us 876-968-6222 or visit ourhotelja.com.